what a beautiful snowscape. And it's on Christmas, too. Mother Nature shows kind to us because white Christmases are very rare where I am nowadays, so I'm savoring it. Makes things feel even more festive. Remind me of the Christmases often from when I was a cub. Along with all those Christmases in the media, too. And I gave some great gifts to my family and getting some good loot, too. With all the snow and Christmas specials, I'm reminded. This year, I finally got around to watching a pretty bizarre holiday special. I'll tell you about it inside. So yeah, this holiday special, if I got around to watching the full version of the 1978 network holiday special, A Special Sesame Street Christmas. No relation to the more well-known Christmas Eve on Sesame Street from the same year. This one aired on CBS and barely had any involvement from the Children's Television Workshop compared to Christmas Eve airing on PBS and the CTW producing it themselves. This special was produced by variety show producer Bob Banner. Apparently, he paid CTW lots of money if he and his crew could borrow the sets, the cast members, and at least one Muppet performer. You see, the only human cast members for the show in this are Mr. Hooper, Bob, David, and Maria. And surprisingly enough, the only Muppet characters in it are Big Bird, Oscar the Grouch, and Barkley, the latter of whom wasn't even in the Christmas Eve on Sesame special. Instead, there's a heavy emphasis on guest stars, including Leslie Uggams, Imogen Cola, Henry Fonda, a young Michael Jackson, Ethel Merman, Anne Murray, and Dick Smothers. Hey, I know Sesame Street often had celebrity guests as far back as when the show began in 1969, but here they're taking it too far. There's plenty of 70s musical numbers here.
My good friend Eddie, who lives in Rome, sent me this plastic mustache comb.
Isn't the gift the least important part? If what you get comes from...
Yeah, that was honestly a fun number about tacky gifts were the thought that counts. And this special barely seems educational. Also, I guess Carol Spinney was the only big Muppet performer available since Jim Henson and the rest of the crew were likely over in London working on the Muppet Show or something. Anyways, the story involves Oscar being kind of like Ebenezer Scrooge. Yes, despite being a green furry creature, he's more like Scrooge than Grinchy. Leslie and Maria even acknowledge this.
Oscar certainly does remind you of another famous Christmas Grouch, doesn't he?
You mean Scrooge?
Yeah.
So the guest stars even play ghosts from A Christmas Carol, showing our favorite Grouch how he had been acting in the past and what the future would be like, with fake flashbacks featuring costumes and musical numbers. There's even a Tiny Tim, an injured little alley cat. Aww. Yeah, I could kind of be a big softie when it comes to such small animals, and I'm not the only wolf to do so.
I'd hug him and kiss him until he was well.
Okay, maybe not that far, but yeah. Oscar the Grouch starring in a version of A Christmas Carol. This special did it first, predating the Sesame Street Christmas Carol special from 2006. And that one seems more faithful to the Charles Dickens story. The movie and TV writers have been milking that goat for years. We also get Oscar singing to the yakety yak before his electric guitar breaks. Also, check out Michael Jackson's big afro hair. Again, it's not that educational, though it does seem to teach about Christmas being about peace on earth and goodwill to men. But again, many Christmas specials tend to do that. Overall, this special is not really good, but it's not that bad either. It's honestly pretty mondo bizarro. But it's a fun romp, especially if you enjoy 1970s variety shows. And I kind of have a weakness for some of them. And it actually had some funny moments with Oscar as well.
Oh, Oscar, this is ice-cold lemonade.
Yeah, of course. Because lemonade makes me forget all about this yucky Christmas stuff and all this snow.
But Christmas Eve on Sesame Street is definitely the better one. Both these specials were nominated for the 1979 Emmy Awards, with Christmas Eve winning. And for good reason. It feels more like the Sesame Street we know and love. Many of the human cast members and Muppets are involved. Even Kermit the Frog plays a part in the special. And it even has a few cutaways to segments like the real show did at the time. Those cute unscripted moments with Muppets and really young children. And, most importantly, in teaching what Christmas is all about, it shows that love and friendship and peace on earth are much more important than knowing how does big fat Santa Claus fit down those skinny chimneys. Anyways, I know I'm having a very Merry Christmas here, and I wish you all a happy holidays.